You're kneeling in hot sand. Your knees burn. The iron collar around your neck is so tight you can barely swallow. A chain links you to 11 other women. You can hear them breathing. Someone is crying. Someone is praying in a language you don't understand. A shadow blocks the sun for half a second. Then hands grab your jaw. Your mouth is forced open. Fingers press against your teeth, your gums, your tongue. You gag. He doesn't stop. He pulls down your lip like you're an animal at auction. Because that's exactly what you are now. 12 days ago, you were the daughter of a village chief in the Sahel. 12 days ago, your mother called your name every morning. She's dead now. You watched it happen. You kept walking because the men with swords made the rules clear. Stop moving, join her. In Arabic, there is a word for what you've become. Jaria. Slave girl. But that translation is too clean. Too polite. What it really means is this. Your body is merchandise. Your future belongs to whoever pays. Your past no longer exists. Coins change hands. You've been sold for the third time this month. And the system that took you has been operating for over 1,000 years. This is the Arab slave trade. Between the 7th and the 20th century, 14 to 17 million Africans were taken from their homes and moved across North Africa, the Middle East, and the Arabian Peninsula. Longer than the Atlantic slave trade. In many places, larger. Yet almost no one talks about it. Why? Because this system was designed to erase people completely. In America today, there are tens of millions of descendants of enslaved Africans. Living proof of what happened. In the Middle East, almost nothing. Where did millions of people go? The men were castrated. This isn't theory. It's documented. Up to 90% of African male captives were castrated. Most died during the procedure. Those who survived couldn't reproduce. No families. No communities. No descendants to remember them. The women were kept for a different reason. They were examined for age, appearance, fertility. Girls too young weren't worth feeding. Women too old weren't worth buying. The ideal age was 13 to 25. Families were torn apart at capture sites. Mothers dragged from children. Husbands from wives. European witnesses wrote that the screams followed them for decades. Then came the Sahara. Imagine walking thousands of miles in chains. Almost no water. Temperatures that boil skin by day and freeze flesh by night. If you collapsed, you were left behind. Alive. The desert routes became marked with bones. Entire valleys turned white from skeletons. Those who survived arrived at markets like Cairo, Tripoli, Tunis, and Zanzibar. Women were inspected like livestock. Teeth checked. Skin examined. Bodies evaluated. Some were sold into harems. Some into domestic slavery. Consent didn't exist. A few rose to power. Most vanished without names, graves, or memory. This trade didn't end with a revolution. It faded quietly under foreign pressure. Saudi Arabia abolished slavery in 1962. Mauritania in 1981. Not ancient history. The legacy isn't monuments. It's silence. 14 million people erased so completely that most of the world doesn't even know they existed. Remember her. Not as a statistic. But as someone's daughter. Someone who had a name, before it was taken. This is Historic Echoes. We don't sanitize history. We tell the stories the world tried to bury.